was a spur of the moment decision I made. I was unemployed, drowning in
Damn.
debt. This is why I cared for the money so much that I was ready to do anything for it. It was Friday night. I had put on a cute costume and was all set to go live with my OnlyFans.
What the fuck?
I got a DM from a client.
Respond if you want a quick 1,000 bucks.
Lucifer
Hey, yo, what?
of the moment decision I made. I was unemployed,
Damn.
drowning in debt. This is why I cared for
Nah, shit. There, fix it, boy. Weird.
.333. I clicked on the profile. Just a username I didn't recognize. No picture, no details. And I couldn't
No.
remember if I had interacted with him before. I don't usually respond to DMs, and I was busy getting ready for a live stream, but that amount of money got my attention.
Wait, go
I
back.
asked.
Oh, what's the request?
Go back. My bad, guys. Story 1.
Starting an OnlyFans was a spur of the moment decision I made. I was unemployed, drowning in debt. This is why I
Why?
cared for the money so much that I was ready to do anything for it.
Just if you would do anything for it, I would just say just work. Just come on, man. Just get another job or I don't know, but like doing. I'm not saying OnlyFans is bad, but you're gonna have to go through risky stuff. People won't want to pay; they would just want to show. You know what I mean. Just find another job and then see what goes from there. I don't know.
It was Friday night. I had put on a cute costume and was all set to go live with my OnlyFans. Suddenly, I got a DM.
Emily Gold. Hello, my sweetheart. Tomorrow there will be a stream. It will be a very interesting and sexy. Okay.
From a client.
Respond if you want a quick 1,000 bucks.
Damn. I feel like 9 out of 10 times that's fake. For me, for sure, I think 100%, 110%. I'm putting 10 more percent. That's a scam. Because no one would just put 1,000. No one. Come on.
Lucifer333. I clicked on the profile. Just a username.
With a username with 33. Come on, man.
Didn't recognize.
Come on.
No picture, no details. And I couldn't remember if I had interacted with him before. I don't usually respond to DMs, and I was busy getting ready for a live stream, but that amount of money got my attention. I asked.
Oh, what's the request?
The reply came immediately.
I want you to draw something.
I
Oh,
stared at the
hell no.
message
That's
for a second.
weird.
What?
That's fucking
You're
weird.
joking.
No, I'm serious. Draw me a picture. $1,000, no joke. Trust me.
I'd been an adult content creator for 5 years. Honestly, I've gotten a lot over that period, but this was maybe the weirdest request I've ever gotten.
If someone ever tells someone to do something for a high price and it's the most stupidest thing, I would suggest don't do it. Don't do it. Even if that's money, I would say don't do it. I would say don't do it.
$1,000 just for some stupid drawing.
Don't do
This
it.
guy intrigued me.
I don't draw. I'm not an artist.
Fucking
You
dumb.
don't need to be. I just want you to draw this. Do it and the money will be yours.
Fine. What do I have to draw?
This.
He sent an image attached.
Bruh.
I expected it to be some explicit photo, but once I opened it,
Something
I was
weird in it.
surprised. It was a scanned image
Fucking
from
knew
a
it.
page from a very old book. A big circle with a pentagram inside, and a big blue eye right in the middle. I'd never seen anything like it.
What is this?
No answer.
Bruh. I swear, if anyone tells me to draw something and it's the most fucked up shit, I still wouldn't do it. Even for $10 million, I would not. I would not do that for no. You gotta be out of your goddamn mind, sir. Out of your goddamn mind. I would not. I don't no. You gotta be out of your goddamn mind. I'm gonna do that. Hell no. Hell to the no. Hold up, guys. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on in here. Okay, wait. My bad. My bad. I don't want to hear myself. I don't want to hear myself. I don't want to hear myself. Okay, good. I do not want to hear myself. That's all. Okay.
I waited, kept staring at the image, and then my eyes glanced up at the message chain at the promised 1,000 and answer. I waited, kept staring at the image, and then my eyes glanced up at the message chain at the promised $1,000.
No, don't do it.
Probably 8 streaming sessions worth of work. And if this is his kink, who am I to judge?
You just want me to draw this? Like, on paint or something?
No, on your floor with chalk.
You sure this isn't a joke?
No, it's not.
$50 was credited to my account. This guy was a freaking trip, but he wasn't kidding.
I don't have chalk.
No, need it now.
It never fails. When the mood strikes, the mood strikes. They got to get off right away. I rummaged through the desk next to my cam setup, pushed aside random things, makeup, papers, and my toys. I found a pencil.
What the
I looked at
fuck?
the hardwood floor in my apartment. No way that was going to work. Then I remembered and found my old purse on the floor in my closet, and inside it, a thick black Sharpie. I tested it on the floor. Bingo. I messaged him back.
Will a marker work?
Again, the reply was immediate.
Yes, as long as I can see it. Draw big.
Calm down, my guy. Horniness
God.
does strange things to a man. Well, fine. It wouldn't take me more than a minute.
Okay, drawing now.
I pulled up the pic he sent me on my phone and kneeled on the floor next to my bed, pulled aside the carpet, put the Sharpie to the hardwood, and began to draw. It showed up pretty well. I turned down the lights and took a photo of it with a flash, then sent it to Lucifer 333.
How's this?
No reply.
Huh?
Still nothing. Then my phone buzzed. $1,000 credited to my account. He then replied,
Yes, you did so well.
bloody hell. I just made more money than I did in the last month of camming.
I'm glad you like it.
This guy was probably pleasuring himself to a circle I just drew in Sharpie on my dirty apartment floor right now, I thought. Thinking we were done, I moved to start my live stream, but then he surprised me.
Want to make 5K tonight?
What? You mean 3K more?
No, I mean 5K more.
Okay, duck the live stream. This guy could pay my bills for life.
Anything for you, Lucifer.
Awesome. I just need you to say something and videotape it.
I'm not gonna lie, this request
What
was
the
another
hell?
curveball.
What do you want me to say, Daddy?
I replied to spice things up a bit. Okay, it was a shot in the dark, but a pretty substantial portion of my clients like it, and I kind of like it too. Suddenly, a message popped up. I wrinkled my brow reading it, because it looked like complete nonsense.
Rege Satanas. Ave Satanas. Hail Satanas. Say it. Say it 3 times.
I started thinking about this. Maybe this dude is into gothic stuff.
Oh
people are
my
into weird things, and this wasn't my
goodness,
first time
don't
dealing with
do it.
But still, something felt off. This was weird. Another message snapped me out of it.
Please, I need it.
Good
Another
damn.
$500 credited to my account.
That's just for you. I'll give you 5K more.
Man, he is desperate. I couldn't say no anymore. I started the recording and began saying the lines.
Rege Satanas. Ave Satanas. Hail Satanas. Rege Satanas.
Oh my god, why?
Hail Satanas.
As I got done with the 3rd time,
You fucked up, bro. No, 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 no. That would be not me. That would not be me. No, 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 no. No, no.
my night lamp exploded. The power went out and I stood in the darkness in front of my laptop. A shiver ran down my spine as my room suddenly got too cold. I messaged the guy.
What is all this? What did you make me do?
But he didn't reply. My head began to feel dizzy. My stomach hurt like something was trying to come out of me. I rushed to the bathroom, but fell on the floor even before reaching it.
Dude, that scared the light bulb out of me, bro. Damn, bro, I have a dog and he just keeps walking and 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 okay. Oh my god, you scared the living bulb out of me.
My eyes rolled into my head and a stroke of bile hit my throat. As I vomited, I saw in my inner vision I was floating in an infinite space filled with nothing but fire. The writhing flame touched my skin and started burning it. I could smell the smoky flesh and felt excruciating pain. It was like I was thrown into an incinerator to burn alive. I wanted to scream, but instead of voice, molten lava came out of my mouth. The fire was eating me inside out. Suddenly, the face of my mom flashed in front of my eyes, and I screamed.
Dear Lord, save me!
Everything went black after that. I woke up hours later on the floor. My skin had red, burnt wounds. My head was throbbing, and no matter how much I tried, I couldn't get up. Suddenly, my eyes went to the floor, and I saw a curled up piece of fleshy discharge, reeking like death. What the hell came out of my mouth? I was beyond terrified. I somehow got up and went to my laptop. The guy was still there and had sent me tons of messages.
Did you do it? Send me the audio clip. Where did you go? Hello? Don't you want my money?
But I had enough. I blocked him and went offline. For the next few days, I suffered from fever, sudden vomiting, and severe headaches. A week later, when I finally got well, I rubbed off the symbol he made me draw. I also deleted the recording from my phone. Not just that, I even did some research on the symbol. What I found gave me chills. It was a symbol to summon the dark spirits. Basically, the freak made me perform a satanic occult ritual in my own house without my knowledge. Those out there, storming your life through the world of the internet, I only have one thing to say to you. No matter what anyone says, learn to set boundaries in your life online.
See
Or
what I'm
else,
saying?
God knows where will you end up.
Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the video. If so, please leave a like. And also,
God
a small percentage of people
damn.
that watch my videos are actually subscribed. If you want to support this channel and make this channel reach the 1 million mark, please.
OnlyFans used to be such a popular
Come
platform.
on.
It used to be a place where models could make a lot of money by posting videos and pictures for their fans. Maybe it was still like this for the really popular models, but not for me. I've used this platform for years, but never really made that much money. I was always just kind of scraping by. Recently, things had gotten even worse. My subscriber count was dwindling, and I was barely making enough to pay my bills. I had to do something to make some quick cash. And one day, a subscriber sent me a message that gave me a brilliant idea. Why not mesh my love for horror movies with my OnlyFans account? I could create horror stories that my subscribers could pay to watch. See, I'd mentioned my love for horror stories on my OnlyFans page before, and some of my loyal fans still knew that I loved all things horror.
Why don't you use your love for horror to make some extra cash? It's a unique business model that you could totally cash in on. Seductive horror flicks that only your subscribers like me have access to.
I read the message over and over again, and it finally clicked. That's exactly what I would do. I would create horror stories for my fans to enjoy for a price. The first few films were really basic, just some scary, shaky movie shots paired with my alluring nature. But soon, I decided to up the ante and make things more interactive. I started filming with other people, and we would act out horror scenes from some of my subscribers' fantasies. Things were going really great at first, My subscribers were loving the new content, and I was making more money than ever before. But then one day, things took a turn for the worse. It was the day I received another message from the original subscriber who had suggested the whole idea.
Do you think I could be a part of one of your horror films? I have some great ideas.
I responded with a simple,
Sure.
not thinking much of it. I mean, what harm could it do? But little did I know
No,
that
you
this
messed
fan had
up.
something much more sinister.
Oh my god, if someone pitch you an idea, that's good. But if they want to be in it, they're gonna try to knock you down or do something stupid, and it's just, I would say don't do it. Just be like, thank you for the idea. You should credit him in like the video. Oh, this video's idea was brought to by this person. Just give him credit to it, right? Just give him credit to it. Like, so I would just give him credit, bruh. But I don't do that. I don't do that, you know? It's just, no, man. Just, you should never do that.
We first met up at a Starbucks in my town. As I sat down at the table, I noticed the man in front of me was slightly pudgy with an unkempt beard.
If you walk and it's that guy, I would just say, I'd be right back. And then I go to my car, go get some. I forgot something in my car. I just drive off. Just drive off, please.
He was definitely not my type, but I didn't want to be rude.
No.
We talked for a bit, and he told me some of his ideas for the film. They were all really dark and twisted, and I have to admit that they did give me the chills. But that is what horror is really about, right?
I've got quite a lot of expensive camera equipment. We could use my place to film too.
No.
I'm a part-time landlord, so I've got...
No. Yeah. I'm not gonna join. Bye, fella. What you mean? You mean you're not gonna join? You really gonna do that to me? Alright. Yeah, boy. It's alright.
got an empty apartment that we could use.
I mulled it over for a bit. His ideas were good.
I don't
and his
think
offer was
so.
tempting, but something inside me just didn't feel right. I had a bad feeling about this whole thing, but I couldn't shake it. Still, I ended up saying yes. Big mistake. We started filming that very night, and things were going great at first. The dude actually had a really cool setup, and the entire process was going well, until I received a notification on my phone. Why are you streaming this on OnlyFans? I thought you were making a movie. I stared at the message on my phone, confused.
What's the matter, sweet? Is everything okay? We only have a few more scenes.
Are we streaming this, Darren?
As I stared at him, a change came over his face. Anger filled every crevice of his being, and he slammed his hand on the door of the apartment.
Who told you? Who told you I was streaming this?
Before I could answer, he lunged at me, and everything went black. I woke up tied to a chair with a bright light shining on my face. I squinted against the light, trying to make out where I was. It looked like I was in some sort of basement, and then I saw him, Darren. He was sitting in a chair across from me, holding my phone.
Now, the real horror movie is going to begin, my sweet. My kitten, my model. You're going to be the star of a real horror movie, darling. I'll cut you loose now. Try to escape if you can.
He released me from the chair, and I tried to run, but he was already behind me, his hand wrapping around my throat. He flung me to the ground, all the while holding his camera and pointing it at me.
And action.
I stumbled to my feet and ran away from him, but he was right behind me, laughing maniacally the whole time. He chased me through the basement, and I could hear his heavy breathing as he ran after me. I was about to give up. I stumbled to a halt, but I heard him panting behind me. a knife in his hand as he ran with the camera in the other.
Where do you think you're going? The show's just getting started.
I turned around to face him, and that's when I saw it. The glint of the knife in the light, the madness in his eyes. And then he was upon me, stabbing me over and over as I screamed for help. The last thing I remember was him holding me close as I bled out, the camera still rolling the whole time. When I woke up, I was tied to a chair again. I felt numb all over, and my vision was blurred. I could hear Darren's voice, but it sounded distant.
It's lucky I didn't get too carried away, isn't it? We still need a promo video, don't we, my sweet?
I saw Darren's sickly face in front of me, a grin spreading across his fat cheeks as he watched me. Looking down, I saw my bloodied body, roughly bandaged up in an attempt to keep me alive. He stood above me, his grin on his face and a camera still in his hand as he cackled in my face, and he taunted me again and again, making fun of me each time I felt myself drifting to the edge of reality. I could feel myself fading, feel myself slipping away as I complied with his demands and did everything he told me to.
Don't worry, the pain will go away soon. If you don't want me to make it worse, though, you'll do as I say.
Now, if you're watching this, it means that Darren has uploaded the video of my murder to OnlyFans. And if you're a subscriber, then you're one of the lucky ones who gets to see it.
Damn, that was
The
really.
world of OnlyFans has always caught my attention. Not to consume it, but for the money that can be earned there. I have a lot of female friends who have OnlyFans, and all of them are troubled by the same things. The stalkers, the competition, and the misogyny.
God
That always
damn.
made me think, what if I opened my OnlyFans? Being a man, I wouldn't have to put up with any of this. On the platform, men are much fewer, and the women who enter OnlyFans are usually calmer. If one of them decided to harass me, I could quietly contain her, or so I thought. My success was almost instantaneous. Soon, I started to make a lot of money. I didn't even have to strip completely naked, but I was willing to do it. My only regret was that I didn't do this sooner. Or at least, that was until Gabby showed up. The day I met her, I was walking down the street and she jumped out at me. She told me her name was Gabby and that she was a big fan of mine and that she was one of the first people to send me money. I, of course, was nice to her and chatted for a while, but as I was leaving, I noticed that she kept looking at me as if she was waiting for something else to happen with that encounter. During the following days, something strange started to happen. I started receiving very violent messages from a Miss G. Some said that it was her fantasy to tie me to a bed and set me on fire. Other messages said that she wanted to beat me until she disfigured my beautiful face and then feed me to her dogs. And others said
What
she
the
was watching me,
freak?
always.
Why?
Some of them described how I was dressed and what I did that day. Others described what was going on in the privacy of my home.
What?
This person was a stalker, and all
I would just end it, bro. I don't know how. I would just take it to the cops, or just move. If you're making that much money, just move to another area. Just move, and then don't film where windows are. Just make money is what move. That's why it's a whole risky, because people can recognize your face.
although I admit I was a little afraid of her.
Miss Gabby.
For the next few days, I walked the streets a little worried, watching for anyone who might be watching me. It wasn't many days before I saw her again.
Hey, I can't believe I ran into you again.
Cut it! Who do you think you are to send me those messages? So, you're gonna set me on fire. Are you gonna feed me to the dogs?
I don't know what you're talking about. I never wrote anything like that.
Oh, come on, Miss G. Do you think I don't have a brain? Every day you send me these messages, and oh surprise, you're the only person I come across. The only person who knows where I live. If you send me one more message, I swear you'll pay for it. Understand?
Crying, Gabby just nodded and left. At that moment, I had a lot of doubts. Maybe I shouldn't have grabbed her jacket like that. I must admit, I got very upset. I was scared. However, all my doubts were cleared up when I saw Gabby from a distance. She was rubbing the part of her jacket I grabbed with her face with a sickly smile. When I got home, I decided this was no longer my ideal job. After taking a day to think about it, I decided to close my OnlyFans account for good. But a few hours after I did, my doorbell rang. For a moment, I thought it might be Gabby, but when I looked through the camera, it was a grandmother.
Excuse me, young man. I think I got lost. I was walking with my son and suddenly he was no longer there.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
You are a young and carefree boy. May I take the liberty of asking you to accompany me to look for him? I know he's nearby.
Of course. Let me get my keys.
Before I go, could I ask you for a glass of water? I'm very shocked.
Of course. Come in. I'll get you a glass right away.
I have a grandmother her age too, so I understand the desperation of losing her. I had to help this lady. As I poured the glass of water, thinking about where to go, my thoughts were interrupted when I felt cold water on my neck. Suddenly, I began to feel dizzy and lose consciousness.
Oh,
When I turned around, Grandma was behind me with a huge smile on her face.
You shouldn't have closed your account. I'm Miss G, but you can call me Miss Granny. Nice to meet you.
After that, I fell to the floor and hit my head, but I didn't feel anything. When I opened my eyes, I felt like I had slept for hours. I was still dizzy. I couldn't think clearly. What had they injected me with? I tried to move my body, but it did not react. This time, it wasn't because of the effects of the syringe though. I was tied up on a bed.
You finally woke up.
What you doing?
I was still having trouble speaking.
I'm just living my fantasies. I told you I was going to tie you up and set you on fire. Remember?
No.
Unfortunately, I don't have dogs to throw you to. I'm not an animal lady. I'm sorry I lied to you. What I do have is a lighter and some alcohol.
I wanna live.
Oh, don't be
What
selfish,
the
boy.
f-
It's enough that you closed your account without my permission.
The old woman throws some alcohol on the back of the mattress with a lighter and lights it. The fire advances very slowly. I tried to move and escape, but it was useless. My body was too weak.
Oh, are you trying to escape? That's not very polite. You know, I was going to inject you with another dose, so that you don't suffer. But as I see so much energy in you, I think I won't use it.
The fire was slowly advancing across the mattress. It was not near me, but the heat was beginning to reach my feet. In my last moments, I stared into Grandma's eyes, full of joy. But to my surprise, a silhouette was behind her.
Gabby?
When the lady turned around, a knife pierced her neck. It was Gabby.
Get away from him, witch!
Without resisting, the lady just fell to the floor.
I'm sorry I came into your house, but I saw everything. I couldn't leave you alone with her.
Thank you. Please, help me.
Quickly, Gabby slashed the knots with the knife. I was free. I jumped off the bed and, still dizzy, began to crawl out.
Hey, maybe it's not as bad as you think.
What?
You don't love me the way I love you. And that won't change, even after I've saved you. I disgust you.
Gabby? No.
But I still have a chance to stay with you forever. If we both burn together, our bodies will be one. we could be immortalized in that bed. It's already decided. You'll go back to bed, but with me.
As she said this, Gabby rushed to me and tried to lift me. I had regained some strength, but not enough to escape. She started dragging me towards the burning bed, but I found one last glimmer of hope. On my way to the bed, I grabbed the syringe from the old woman's lifeless hand and stuck it into Gabby's leg. She fell, and I began to crawl out of the house faster and faster. Behind me, Gabby refused to faint. She stood up and was limping towards my position at great speed. She was catching up, but when she was in front of me, she gave way and fell, and with my last effort, I escaped from the house. Neighbors came quickly to help me and pulled me away from the house that was beginning to burn. A few minutes later, the firemen arrived before the house burned to the ground. Gabby survived the fire, but with several burns and was about to face a murder and harassment trial. Even though she saved me, I will not forgive her for trying to kill me, so I plan to follow this trial to its conclusion. Who knows what she would do to me if she were to go free? For my part, I will never create an OnlyFans account again. If there's one thing I learned from this experience, it's that madness has no face, no gender, and no age. It can be behind anyone, and when you least expect it, it can catch up with you.
Oh, that's true. That is solid truth. This is crazy, man.
I grew up in the suburb. I'm
Hey, yo.
American girl. I grew up in the suburbs and had a pretty nice upbringing.
Really?
Unfortunately, I had been a total party girl up until the time I turned 20. That was when I started getting my stuff together. I nearly died of alcohol poisoning one night, and despite being surrounded by some of my friends, nobody even bothered to help me. Even when it was obvious that something was wrong, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was a really crummy person when I was younger. One of the things I remember doing with my friends was teasing a really unpopular kid. I get asked out by a fair amount of guys, and I'm not the ugliest girl in the world. My friends and I all had an Algebra 2 class towards the end of high school, and one of the boys in it always seemed to be checking me out. I really regret being mean and teasing him because he was honestly a pretty nice kid, just kind of socially awkward and completely lacking in any sense of fashion or style. One day after class, my friends and I were talking about a party for that weekend. He must have been listening in on our conversation because he came up to me and asked if I needed someone to go to the party with. I don't really know what he was expecting, but I went with it on a whim. I told him that I really needed a nice guy to go with me so people would think I have a boyfriend. He agreed to go with me and said that he would pick me up before the party. We exchanged phone numbers, and that was that. My friends and I were already plotting on how we were going to embarrass him on the night of the party. I told him that it was a professional party. He told me that he had to go out and buy a tuxedo then. Me, being the horrible person I was back then, totally agreed. He picked me up in his mom's car before the party on Friday night. He even brought me flowers. It was at that point that I started to feel guilty and kind of wanted to abandon the whole thing. I couldn't do it, though. My friends would have been really mad at me. They got 2 giant tubs of mayonnaise that they were going to pour on top of him. It was my job to have him stand for a picture and get him in the right position.
Wait,
Then
what?
I will tell them that I
I'm
had to go to the
so-
bathroom real quick, and totally agreed. He picked me up in his mom's car before the party on Friday night. He even brought me flowers. It was at that point that I started to feel guilty and kind of wanted to abandon the whole thing. In our conversation because he came up to me and asked if I needed and one of the boys in it always seemed to be checking me out. I really regret being mean and teasing him because he was honestly a pretty nice kid, just kind of socially awkward and completely lacking in any sense of fashion or style.
Wow. Really?
One day after class, my friends and I were talking about a party for that weekend. He must have been listening in on our conversation because he came up to me and asked if I needed someone to go to the party with. I don't really know what he was expecting, but I went with it on a whim. I told him that I really needed a nice guy to go with me so people would think I have a boyfriend. He agreed to go with me and said that he would pick me up before the party.
Damn, he won't
We
even
exchanged
pick
phone-
you up like that, bro. Nah, bro, he's a nice guy, bro. Why would you do that to him, bro? Why would you do that to him?
Phone numbers, and that was that. My friends and I were already plotting on how we were going to embarrass him on the night of the party. I told him that it was a professional party. He told me that he had to go out and buy a tuxedo then.
Go out?
Me, being the horrible person I was back then, totally agreed. He picked me up in his mom's car before the party on Friday night. He even brought me
Damn.
flowers. It was at that point that I started to feel guilty and kind of wanted to abandon the whole thing. I couldn't do it, though. My friends would have been really mad at me. They got 2 giant tubs of mayonnaise that they were going to pour on top of him. It was my job to have him stand for a picture and get him in the right position.
That's
Then
messed
I would
up.
tell them that I had to go to the bathroom real quick and for him to stay in place. And that's when my friends were going to pour the mayonnaise on him. Again, I regret that whole role I played in this whole thing. I even felt guilty at the moment when I walked away, and I actually went to the bathroom. I didn't want to watch it happen. From what I heard, he started crying and went back to his car and drove home immediately. I thought that would have sent some kind of a signal that I really wasn't interested in dating him. Well, he didn't quite get that signal, because he still kept trying to talk to me and go out on another date. He even tried asking me where I went that night, and it made me feel even worse than I already did because he didn't even realize that I was in on the joke. Like he thinks he randomly got mayonnaised. As guilty as I felt, I just tried to ignore him and hope the problem would go away on its own.
Damn, I can't believe you did that,
We only had
bro.
another month or so of algebra, and it was every other day, so I figured the number of times I had to see him were limited. Well, he never actually got the hint. He found me on Facebook and messaged me on there. He somehow found my phone number, which I still don't quite understand how he did it either. Suffice to know that he still regularly made an attempt to date me for a very long time. I tell you this story not for fun or to brag, but because this guy, Donald was his name, continued his interest in me for 6 years. Still, even to this very day, we've been out of high school for years now, and he still messages me or reaches out in some way every few weeks. After I started getting my life together, I tried explaining to him that I wasn't interested in him, but he never really got the message. I work a night shift job now, at a gas station on the edge of town. For the most part, we only really ever got truckers and the occasional traveler.
Ah,
Anything else is pretty rare, but sometimes on certain nights, around 3 o'clock in the morning, Donald will show up, and he's not
that's
looking to get
fucking
gas.
weird.
He's looking to get me. It's only happened 3 times now, but they were honestly pretty horrifying, and I nearly called the police the last time. I think I will if he shows up again. The first time he showed up where I worked, he tried pretending like it was a coincidence. Like, oh hey, I didn't know you worked here. I was just buying one candy bar at a gas station at 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, the usual. That night was really weird. The second time he came by, he told me that it was a long drive from his house to the gas station, but he said that it was worth it because the candy bars at this gas station were the best. Bear in mind, this guy was buying plain Hershey milk chocolate candy bars every time he came in, and not in bulk either, literally just one every single time he came in. Like, could you get any weirder? This last time
The
that he came,
fuck?
though, that was the time that really freaked me out. He's a lot rougher now that he's been out of high school. I think he works at some kind of manual labor job, or maybe he's just a dirty person. He always looks really disheveled when he comes in. And he walked into the gas station, bought his usual chocolate bar, but instead of leaving, he just stood there. I was standing at the cash register, just kind of awkwardly waiting for him to go, but I handed him back his change and receipt and just watched him stand there and stare at me, like dead-on staring me in the eye. I felt extremely uncomfortable and didn't know exactly how to end the social interaction. I asked him if he needed anything else, but he just said no and then continued staring at me. And that was when he reached over the counter and tried holding my hand. I could tell by the look on his face that
What
he had
the
some sort of
freak,
intimate
bro?
intentions in his
What?
mind, something devious. As freaked out as I was, I pulled my hand back as fast as I could and told
No, 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 sir, no, no, sir, don't touch me there. That is my no square. No. No. You done enough, sir. There's the door. Use it.
him that he had to go. Why you gotta be like that?
Why do you gotta be like that?
But you gotta give in one day, he said to me. And that was when I told him that I was not interested in him at all, and the only reason I went on a date with him was because I was in on the joke to pour the mayonnaise on him. I told him that I wouldn't date him if he was the last guy on earth and that I would never be interested in him. I saw his facial expression go from nefarious to angry. He knocked a bunch of gum off of the gum rack before storming out. Before he walked out the door, though, he stopped and looked me right in the eye and said, "I'll have you one day, you little pretty princess." And then he left. I had no idea how to respond. I don't even know what to do about the situation. He's not really doing anything illegal, I don't think, other than knocking things over. If I see him again, though, I might have to call the police. If this isn't stalking, then it comes pretty darn close. And the part that kills me about the whole thing is that I just want to put that phase of my life behind me. I don't want to think about being popular or partying or being mean to kids like him. I just want to save up some money, get my life together, and maybe find a good boyfriend. But yeah, that's my ongoing situation with a very creepy guy I played a prank on from high school. And looking back, I never should have gone along with it. I should have followed my intuition and done the right thing. Instead, I guess I have to pay my dues for what I have done.
Damn. Karma came back
Maybe
to you.
some
Karma
weird
came
form
back to you
of
and
justice.
told you to not do that. Karma came back to you. It hit you right in the mouth. It hit you right in the mouth. Hit
I
you
work
right
at a
in the
regional grocery store.
mouth.
I'm a 26-year-old female. I
26?
graduated from college with a master's degree in psychology and still couldn't find a job.
Hey, yo, I need to get some. Can't find a job? Boy. Alright then. Alright, guys.
Due to family circumstances, I wasn't
Oh
able to get my
shit.
PhD, which was basically the bare minimum to
Bare
land in a
minimum.
decent paying job. So, I was a little stuck. I even had a hard time finding a regular job. I had applied to a bunch of lower positions, but I kept getting rejected because I was overqualified.
If you have a master's degree, right? And I'm just saying, how can you I know it's an experience and everything, but come on. I feel like everyone else has someone needs. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Wait.